like anything in life, there's going to be people who get tons of value out of certain things and other people who unfortunately aren't able to get as much value out of certain things. But for the sake of example, I'm going to introduce you to the Points Princess. The Points Princess gets great value out of her miles for several reasons. First reason, she is loaded with transferable currency. So if there's a flight that comes up on an airline, likely as not, she's going to be able to book it because she has different kinds of transferable currency, and she knows that when that flight comes up, she's going to be able to find a way to book it. The second reason is that she is very flexible with her dates and destinations. By this, I don't mean that she's like retired and that she's waiting, nothing wrong with being retired, but she's not waiting necessarily for like a flight to just appear and then she's going to decide to travel. I just mean that she's not necessarily leaving on a Friday and returning on a Sunday. She may not even know where she wants to go specifically, but she kind of has a general idea. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave around this time, and yeah, I'm going to try to find the best deal that I possibly can. The Points Princess is also unafraid of last-minute travel. I will tell you that I have a long flight, intercontinental flight, that I need to book sometime within the next probably 7 days, to fly out within the next 10 days. And I have not booked it. The reason that I have not booked it is because I know that deals start to come up right near the last minute more than they do way in advance. You can be the kind of person who plans like 12 months in advance, and when the airlines release flights, most airlines actually release space on any kind of ticket, whether you're paying with cash or with miles, 330 days in advance. It kind of depends on the airline. Since I'm not that kind of person, I have to be more flexible on the last minute end of things. The higher the class of travel, the more difficult it is to find seats. So if you find an economy seat somewhere, generally it's going to be more available than a business class seat, which is going to be more available than a first class seat. The Points Princess flies solo. Well, I know this may be a terrible news to some of you. I am also married, so I am not the Points Princess. Now, I travel generally with two, and it is harder to find seats that way. Generally, airlines will open up a certain amount of seats. Sometimes they open up 9 seats on a flight. Other times they open up 1 seat on a flight. And if you are flexible in how many people you can take, or you're willing to, hey, if you have your spouse and they're willing to fly to Tokyo from San Francisco and you're willing to fly from Los Angeles, more power to you. The Points Princess is also global in her travel plans. Once you get to places like Europe and Asia, there are a lot of deals within those countries and even between those continents that are really good that you will never find in the United States. If you're going to try to fly from New York to LA, finding a lie-flat seat on a flight is going to be pretty difficult. But there's lots of 5-hour flights internationally that have regularly available award space in a lie-flat seat. So once you get overseas, generally the availability is better. It of course depends on the airline, but some airlines are more friendly to their frequent flyers and some airlines are more friendly to their shareholders. Finally, the Points Princess is looking for the next great deal. This is important because if you're trying to go to Hawaii and you look 3 weeks in advance and there's just not a seat available and you really want to use your points, you could end up spending a lot of points more than if you had looked earlier and found a seat when the airlines released the seat. Just having a strategy to what you're doing, setting alerts on different softwares, which we will show you how to use, can be very helpful in helping your points take you the farthest. So there you have it. The Points Princess is loaded with transferable currency, flexible with dates and destinations, unafraid of last-minute travel, flying solo, global in her travel plans, and looking for the next great deal. On the other hand, Diligent Dan here is not the Points Princess. He is a hard-working person. He has many children, but unfortunately he's not flexible with his dates and destinations. He is unafraid of he is definitely afraid of last-minute travel, He does not fly solo, and he is not global in his travel plans. He likes to go to Disneyland every summer. But as long as Dan is loaded with transferable currency and looking for the next great deal, he can still unlock lots of value from his miles. So whether you're the Points Princess or Diligent Dan or someone in between like me, let's go find some great deals.